Gave you realistic expectations for Jimmy, which I thought were quite reasonable. Not too tough to attain. What about Nick Bosa? Nick Bosa is questionable for the game, but Kyle Shanahan basically said, look, we had to list him as questionable because he's in a protocol, but it's looking good. I think every person that's been listed as questionable this year for the Niners has played. So assuming he plays, what do you think? Realistic expectations for Bosa?
5 pressures and at least 1 sack. And the pressure should be really good in terms of getting somebody else there. And it's crazy because Nick Bosa leaves this Dallas game, and in the second half, Dak Prescott was pressured on 48% of his dropbacks. That is half. How did you do that? How did you do that?
Omenihu went crazy. I mean, everyone did, but who the hell is that? And it's like anytime the Niners sign a defensive lineman from now on, I'm like, okay, well, Chris Kosarick signed off. He's going to be good. Just give him like 2 months.
Yeah.
2 months.
Again, we have to talk about.
Just wait for Maurice Hurst.
Right, but when we're talking about like the draft picks that they've missed, you still have to give them credit for when they pick up these guys who are talented. They bet on the talent and they're able to get that out of him. So, I mean, this pass rush is in a whole different place. If Nick Bosa is there just being the constant force and drawing all that attention, then it opens things up. Eric Armstead had a phenomenal game. DJ Jones has been great. Arden Key's great. So I just think that. Right, like Bosa doesn't necessarily have to have sacks to be impactful in this game. If he's pressuring Aaron Rodgers to move into another sack, that's just as good in my opinion. So I think 5 pressures to do it in 1 sack.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's only had 1 sack in the last 4 games. I think it's pretty clear that he's drawing a ton of attention and everyone else is eating. So if that's how you want to pick your poison, great. And I think what I'd like to see from D'Amico, he's getting it. He knows what he's doing, but Omenihu, like, probably is a little bit better than Ebukam. I mean, you have so much depth, but Omenihu seems like he probably earned a little more playing time with how he played in that second half.
And that's the thing too, is all offseason we were talking about, man, this defensive group might be deeper than 2019. And it is, right? Kevin Givens, all these guys, right? And that's the thing, is fresh legs and guys who are producing. Fresh legs don't matter if you're not getting to the quarterback anyway, but they have a constant amount of guys lately that have just been producing. And again, you have to give this front office respect for as many times as we take them to task on missed draft picks. All of these other picks, trading for Jordan Willis and trading for Omenihu,
he's good.
6th-round pick. Yeah,
he's just a little injured, but he's really good. Dude, yeah. Chris Kosarick, can we just say real quick? Holy shit! This guy is so. I've never seen a position coach like with this batting average, man. He's batting like 1,000. The only one he missed on were people that he inherited, like Solomon Thomas, where there was really nothing he could do. I mean, what a freaking asset. The other one is Javon Kinlaw, who's just really too injured to like get the Chris Kosarick effect. I think in the future they don't need to be drafting defensive linemen in round 1. I mean, they did with Bosa, but wow, they can make these guys later on in the draft so good.
It's so crazy. I posted a clip of Eric Armstead getting a sack in week 3. And it's literally in that same clip, Javon Kinlaw is spinning out of a double team and he's getting towards the quarterback. And I had people in my replies. I actually really forgot that Javon Kinlaw was on this team. But that's a good thing in terms of this. That means that all these other guys are producing and DJ Jones has gotten to fill that spot. So imagine your pick that, a lot of people were upset about because of what's going on with his injury. But at the same time, it doesn't seem to be harming this team in any way. And that's just crazy to think. Hey, Javon Kinlaw could be back next year in the fold as well too to help. So it's it's insane.
I don't know what this is right now. They lost the Super Bowl. They're going back to in the playoffs. I don't know if this is but whatever. It's not a dynasty, but whatever it is. This regime is defined by some big misses early in the draft and just bailing themselves out either with undrafted free agents, late round picks, or throwaway free agents. I mean, Javon Kinlaw is a bust. But you have Arden Key step up, like, oh, okay, well, great. Well, Arden Key's way better anyway, so who cares? Really? I mean, how many times has that happened? Is nothing. But Elijah Mitchell is amazing. Great. Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We can say what we want about missed picks and all those, but you have to give them credit when they do things like this. Undrafted free agents, Jawan Jennings in the 6th round, right? Like, they are masters at betting on traits and then getting the best of those traits, so.
This team is as stacked, honestly, as the 94 Niners. It's as stacked as the 97 and 98 Broncos. The difference is they don't have a Hall of Fame quarterback. And it's crazy. Imagine what this team would look like with prime Steve Young or old John Elway. But they don't got him. They got, I don't know what you want to call him, but the guy he makes it interesting. He makes it interesting. Oh well. Oh well.
I know you love watching it.